In Episode 3, titled Understand Exam Rules, Policies, and Test Logistics, we aim to demystify the rules that govern your testing experience so surprises are minimal and confidence is high. The System Security Certified Practitioner, spelled SSCP on first mention, asks you to demonstrate applied judgment, and that starts with a calm, predictable path into the exam seat. Rules are not there to trip you. They are there to keep the credential credible and the environment fair. By walking through the policies with care, you reduce ambient stress, protect your focus, and preserve energy for the task that matters, reading scenarios clearly and making sound choices under time pressure. Your first strategic choice is delivery mode, and it meaningfully shapes everything that follows. A test center offers a controlled environment, proctor presence on site, standardized equipment, and fewer variables you need to manage yourself. It suits candidates who prefer a quiet, neutral room and predictable hardware. Online proctoring offers flexibility and zero commute, but trades that convenience for the responsibility to create a compliant space, maintain stable power and internet, and pass a live room scan at the start and sometimes during the session. If your home or office can be staged to the standard, clear desk, single monitor, limited background noise, remote delivery can be excellent. If not, a center may be wiser. Choose based on where you can most reliably maintain focus for the full duration. Identification rules are simple in concept and strict in enforcement, and the name match is where many candidates stumble. The identification presented at check-in must be current, government-issued, and match the registration name character for character, including hyphens, middle initials, and suffixes. If your legal name recently changed or appears inconsistently across documents, resolve it before scheduling to avoid last-minute denials that are costly and frustrating. Review the registration portal's name fields carefully. Enter them as they appear on your identification, and bring a backup identification if the policy allows it. The 10 minutes you invest in exactness here can save you from a preventable no-show outcome. Arrival, check-in, and security screening follow a precise choreography designed to protect exam integrity while moving candidates efficiently. At a test center, plan to arrive early enough to absorb traffic, parking, and building navigation. Then sign in with staff who will verify identification, capture a photo, and review personal items for secure storage. Expect to remove watches and smart devices, empty pockets, and place belongings in a locker, receiving only permitted items into the room with you. For online delivery, you will perform a guided system check, present identification to the remote proctor, and pan your camera to show walls, desk surface, and floor to confirm no unapproved materials are present. When you know the sequence ahead of time, you can breathe through it rather than react to it. The Non-Disclosure Agreement, spelled NDA on first mention, Candidate Conduct Pledge, and Integrity Policies are the backbone of the program's trust model. The NDA prohibits sharing exam content or attempting to obtain it from others, both before and after your sitting, and violations can void results and jeopardize future eligibility. The conduct policy bars proxy testing, collusion, and any attempt to access unapproved aids or devices, and it defines how the proctor will intervene if something appears off. Accept these terms deliberately, not as a box check. They protect the value of your future credential and the community of practitioners who earn it honestly. Treat integrity as part of your professional identity, because that is exactly what it is. Permitted items and personal device rules vary by delivery and evolve over time, but the spirit is consistent. Keep the testing surface clean and the channel between you and the exam uncluttered. In a center, you can expect lockers for bags and personal items with only your identification and the test provider's materials allowed inside the room. Foam earplugs are often acceptable, but active electronics and smart wearables are not. In a remote session, the proctor will require that secondary screens are powered off and disconnected, that papers and books are out of reach, and that messaging and notification software is closed. Keep it simple. A clear desk, a single monitor, and a powered, stable machine reduce false alarms and help you concentrate. Breaks and timing policies warrant a careful read because small assumptions can create big anxiety once the clock starts. Some programs offer scheduled breaks that pause the timer. Others allow unscheduled breaks that do not stop it. Some have both. Know whether leaving the room or camera view triggers an automatic flag, whether re-authentication is required on return, and whether you can access a locker during a break. Plan hydration and nutrition with those facts in mind, and rehearse a pacing approach that preserves a small time buffer for the last 10 minutes. When time rules are known, you can manage them like any other constraint. Candidates who need accommodations for documented conditions should engage the process early and with complete, clear paperwork. Lead times can span multiple weeks because eligibility must be verified and logistics arranged, whether that means extended time, extra breaks, a private room, or assistive technology. Submit current documentation that describes functional impact on test performance. Specify the accommodations requested and wait for written approval before scheduling. If approved, confirm that the test center or remote platform selected can implement the accommodation as described. Doing this well turns a stressful unknown into a reliable plan that respects fairness and your best performance. Reschedule windows, fees, and cancellation timelines are important risk controls for busy professionals, and they are less painful when you know them before life intervenes. Most providers offer an interval where rescheduling is free or low cost, followed by a narrower window with higher fees and a last-minute cutoff where cancellation forfeits the fee. Put those dates on your calendar when you book so you do not meet the policy for the first time on the wrong side of it. If a major conflict arises, act within the earliest window possible, then rebuild your study calendar backward from the new date. Policy literacy turns setbacks into plan changes rather than sunk costs. Score invalidation risks and prohibited behaviors are spelled out in the candidate agreement and are enforced by a combination of human proctors and automated monitoring. Behaviors that draw scrutiny include looking off-screen repeatedly, covering the camera, interacting with unapproved persons, or using software overlays and virtual machines that conflict with the testing application. In centers, it includes accessing lockers mid-session without permission, attempting to bring notes into the room, or ignoring clear proctor instructions. If you are flagged, remain calm and follow directions. Many issues are resolved quickly when intent is cooperative and the environment is corrected. The overarching advice is simple: keep conditions ordinary and behavior professional. After the exam, results timing and next steps depend on program design, but you can forecast the sequence and reduce suspense. Many candidates receive a preliminary outcome immediately or shortly after completion, followed by a confirmed result and a scaled score report once quality checks complete. If you pass, prepare to initiate endorsement with dates, roles, contact information, and a concise description of relevant responsibilities ready to go. If you fall short, capture quick notes while memory is fresh about domains that felt tenuous, pacing that faltered, or question styles that caught you off guard, so your remediation plan is based on evidence rather than emotion. Fast, factual handoffs make either path smoother. Your prior testing experiences, good and bad, are rich data for improvement, and documenting them converts anecdotes into a playbook. Think about the conditions under which you read fastest and most accurately, the moments when you lost pace and how you recovered, and the strategies that helped you decide between two plausible options. Record specific details like room temperature, noise levels, chair comfort, and the time of day that best suits your energy curve. Over time, this turns into a pattern library you can consult when picking delivery mode, booking a slot, and arranging your pre-exam routine. Professionals improve by observing their own process with the same clarity they bring to incident reviews. Mental rehearsal of the check-in sequence is a small investment with an outsized calming effect. Visualize the steps in order: arriving, verifying identification, storing belongings, completing the NDA, and taking your seat. Or, for remote, launching the secure browser, passing the system check, scanning the room, and greeting the proctor. Picture yourself responding to minor hiccups, an unexpected question, a momentary noise, an extra photo, with poise and a steady voice. When the real day arrives, you will feel as though you have done it before, because in a meaningful sense, you have. Familiarity lowers cognitive load, which leaves more bandwidth for reading and reasoning. A brief word on technology hygiene can save your session, especially for remote delivery. Run operating system updates and reboots the day before. Test the camera and microphone, close background applications that consume CPU or bandwidth, and verify power stability so you are not at the mercy of a low battery or a loose cable. Move pets and household traffic out of range, inform coworkers or family of your quiet window, and place a simple note on the door to prevent interruptions. These are small, practical moves that communicate to yourself that the session matters and to everyone around you that you are unavailable. Reliability is built from details.
To wrap up, Episode 3 emphasized respect for policies as a professional stance and as a practical path to a smoother test day. You compared delivery modes, verified identification and arrival choreography, internalized NDA and conduct expectations, clarified permitted items and break rules, and understood accommodations, reschedules, and invalidation risks, all the way through results handling and mental rehearsal. The action now is straightforward and concrete. Assemble your personal test day checklist with delivery choice, identification name match, route or system setup, break plan, and contingency numbers, then place it on your calendar invite. When rules are understood and logistics are rehearsed, confidence stops being an aspiration and becomes the tone of your testing day.
Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit BareMetalCyber.com.